Welcome back. Now, before starting with what is the next part, let me see what I have written. I have written here 1 minus 1 by 3, 1 by 9, minus 1 by 27 and 1 by 81 and so on. Okay. Now, welcome. This is Samir sir. Now, if you see this particular thing, it is arrangement of numbers. Okay, so it is a sequence. Now, is it progression or not, that I will check. Means, does it follow a particular pattern? So, whatever we know up till now is only arithmetic progression. And what it says, any term minus previous term. So, any term is minus 1 by 3 minus 1, right? So, it is minus 4 by 3. Any term 1 by 9 minus of minus 1 by 3. So, that is, this is your 1 by 9 plus 2 by 9. That is 3 by 9, that is again 1 by 3, which is not equal to minus 4 by 3. Means the conclusion says that this is not an AP. Okay, if it is not an AP, then let us find the relation what it holds. Here I can see this is 1, okay, right, and this is minus 1 by 3. So I saw by adding it is very difficult to get. So after addition comes addition and subtraction nearly same. So I will go with multiplication. What should I multiply 1 so that I get minus 1 by 3? So obviously 1 when I multiply by minus 1 by 3, so I get minus 1 by 3. Agreed? Are you getting what I am saying? I multiply this 1, that is the number which is present over here, first number. And that first number I am multiplying by minus 1 by 3. So I get minus 1 by 3. As a trial fact, I am multiplying minus 1 by 3 again by the number which I multiplied to the first one. That is minus 1 by 3. I am multiplying by again minus 1 by 3. That is, I get 1 by 9. Means if you see this sequence is 1, okay, then 1 multiplied by minus 1 by 3. Then the next one is minus 1 by 3 into minus 1 by 3. Right? And if you see, the next one is, this is 1 by 9, right? Multiplied again by minus 1 by 3. That is 1 by 9 multiplied by minus 1 by 3. Then is again minus 1 by 27 multiplied by minus 1 by 3. Means if you see here, so I can see that this particular minus 1 by 3 which is there comes in every one, right? So I can say it is the common factor which is multiplying the previous term to get the next term. That means what I get, each term which is here, this term, right? So now what I understood, suppose your term 1 is 1, then how did I get term 2? Term 2 I got 1 into minus 1 by 3. Agreed? What was term? This 1. 1 was your T1, means it is T1 into minus 1 by 3. What about term 3? Term 3 you got minus 1 by 3 into minus 1 by 3, which is nothing but term 2 into minus 1 by 3. And term 4 obviously you got as term 3 into minus 1 by 3. Means now if I consider minus 1 by 3 is equal to k, just for example, so I get T1 to is fixed, that is whatever it is 1, okay. What is T2? So instead of saying this, let it be one, right? T2 is your this one, that is T1, 1 into K, right? T3 is your T2 into minus 1, that is T2 into K, right? And T4 is obviously T3 into K, in short, right? Means now if I see here, suppose this is 1, right? This one is nothing but your T1. So what I get, leaving T1, I can find here KT2 by T1 is your K. Agreed? Similarly, T3 by T2 is your K. Similarly, T4 by T3 is K. Means I have got a sequence such that the ratio of any term to its previous term is constant. Okay, so that constant ratio, let that constant ratio be called as R. Means what I get, term 2 by term 1 is equal to term 3 by term 2 is equal to term 4 by term 3 is equal to so on nth term, that is general term whichever you are talking, and the previous term to it, that is Tn minus 1, right? And all this is R. Agreed? Now if I take your term 1, to be as A, so if your term 1 is A, then what will happen? Then I will get term 2 is to A is equal to R. Agreed? So your term 2 will be AR. Term 3 is to term 2, right? That is equal to R. So that is nothing but term 3 is equal to term 2 into R. What is term 2? Term 2 is your AR into R, which is equal to AR square. What about term 4 is to term 3? That also is R. What I get? Term 4 is equal to term 3 into R. Term 3 is your AR square into R, that is AR cube, right? So I can see term number 2 and this is your term number 1. So every term, that is every next term, is obtained by multiplying a common ratio. So the terms which we get in the form that it increases or decreases in the form of common ratio, they are called as geometric progression. So this is your geometric progression. Now you can define it this way also in the simple language as K, the progression in which ratio of any term to its previous term is constant. The progression in which ratio of any term to its previous term, is constant. Okay? The progression in which the ratio of any term to its previous term is constant is called as GP, that is geometric progression. Okay? Now, if this is GP, so what I understood here, therefore I will get the sequence like this. Okay, this is your first term A, the second term AR, the third term AR square, and fourth term AR cube, and so on, right? Now if you see here, okay, if I see this term, right, this is your AR, okay? So if I want to introduce this term number over here so that everywhere I can link it with term number, so I can write this R raised to 1, it is exactly, this is your R, AR raised to 1, agreed? So this I can write as AR raised to 2 minus 1. Got it? Well and good. Is it or not? And this, with this term if I link, it is AR raised to 3 minus 1. And if this is AR raised to 4 minus 1. So what will be your last term? It will be nth term. You can see it is obtained. That is, this is the term number, right? So term number minus 1. So your last term will be AR raised to n minus 1. So therefore, for n GP, your general term Tn is AR raised to n minus 1. Okay? So this is your general term. What is your general term? General term is AR raised to n minus 1, where A stands for term number 1 and R stands for the common ratio. Okay? Now, what will be sum? That is, if I take Sn, right? So your first term is A, the second term is AR, and the third term is AR square, and then AR cube, and then up to AR raised to n minus 1. Okay, this is your sum of n terms. Agreed? Now do one thing. This is statement number 1. You multiply it by R. That is common ratio. So left side will multiply by R, right side will multiply by R. So you get RSN is your AR, agreed? A into R plus AR square into R AR cube, AR raised to 4, right? And what would be the last term? The second last term obviously will be AR raised to n minus 1, because before this the term is what? AR raised to n minus 2, right? And when you multiply by R, so that R adds, right? So here it becomes the last term. I will show you here. This is, I am showing you here, it is AR raised to n minus 1 into R, agreed? This is 1. What does index rule say? The index rule says that base is same over here. Okay? So index will add, that is AR raised to n minus 1 plus 1. So it is AR raised to n. So this is your last term. Agreed? Now I have got two statements. Actually one only converted to second. So nearly here everything is same. So I am thinking, what I am thinking is, okay, anyway, I am taking this second and subtracting first from it. So left side first I will write, so I will get RSN minus SN, right? This is your AR, first one, minus A, minus, 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 all minus. So this, which is their AR, right? This cancels with this cancels with this cancels with this with this with this, and this remains. Means from this remains. That is ar raised to n, and from here only this remains, that is minus a. Okay, taking common, what I get, your Sn is equal to r minus 1, okay, multiplied by bracket r minus 1, and here a common, r raised to n minus 1. Okay, so what is your final result? The final result is कि Sn is equal to a into r raised to n minus 1 upon r minus 1. So we get Sn is equal to a into r raised to n minus 1 upon r minus 1. Okay, now this particular thing, now you can get one more thing over here. I am showing you, see this Sn. If I take minus sign common, or if I multiply by minus 1 up and down, so what I get here is a. When I multiply by minus, so this will become plus 1 minus r raised to n upon this is 1 minus r. Agreed? So these are two formulas which will be used in two different cases. I will be using this formula when I will find that r is less than 1. Why? So, because if r is less than 1, so I get here positive. So I am concerned with that only. And I will be using this formula when r is greater than 1. Now I will take you to the standard where you will come to know that you have already used this. Means the term you may not be knowing, but you have used it. Okay, where and which standard, that will come to know. Okay, I am writing it, you will tell me, that is you tell yourself where you have studied. Now suppose, now if A, B, C are three numbers in geometric progression, right? If they are in geometric progression, that means I know one thing, that is ratio of any number to its previous number is constant. Ratio of any number to its previous number is constant. Agreed? That means I can say here that B by A is equal to C by B. Right? Indicating what? B square is equal to AC. And we say therefore B is geometric mean of A and C. Clicked? Yes. You have studied this in your lower standards in standard 9th. Okay? And probably used in 10th also. So, if there are three numbers, then three numbers in GP. If there are three numbers in GP, that time it was used as continued proportion. So if there are three numbers in GP, then middle term is called as geometric mean of other two, where this B is geometric mean of AC, indicating B is equal to under root AC. Okay, under root AC, or can be written as AC raised to 1 by 2, that is the second root. Okay, so now obviously this is only for three numbers. That means if there are 4 numbers, 5 numbers, 6 numbers, 7 numbers, then what will be the geometric mean? The geometric mean will be obviously the product of whatever numbers are there raised to that numbers ka nth root, that is called as nth root. If there are n numbers, then geometric mean is product of those numbers. That is, suppose here if I say here k, if a1, a2, a3, a4 and so on up to an are the numbers which are only positive, then geometric mean will be nothing but a1 into a2 into a3 dot 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 into an, and the root, see here, there are two numbers, therefore root is 2. If there are 3 numbers, the root will be 3. If there are 4 numbers, the root will be 4. There are n numbers, the root will be 1 by n. Do not worry, do not get frightened. This is not there for your standard 11 nor for your 12th, but this thing will be using in so called as your entrance, which are JEE, BITSAT and all other entrances. We will be using this including your MSTCD. Okay, so this is only an introduction which I told you. Geometric mean we can find, so similarly we can find arithmetic mean also. You can find later on so called as harmonic mean also, and then we'll be relating them, that is what is the relation between them. You can also see my video posted on this regarding your RMS, then AM, GM and HM. So that is little bit higher side which you will not understand right now, but whenever you get time you just have a view on it. Okay, so this is your geometric mean. So I understood one thing, कि if your this, that is AR square are in obviously in your GP, then your nth term is AR raised to n minus 1. Your sum of n terms is two formulas, both are same, only what k minus 1 or 1 minus 1 and the same, that is a into r raised to n minus 1 upon r minus 1, then a into 1 minus r raised to n upon 1 minus r, and so on. Okay, so now since we have already talked about 3 numbers which are taken in GP, we can also find 4 numbers how to take in GP, 5 numbers and n numbers, so that the calculation becomes on easier side. Now to understand it better, we will at least do 1 or 2 questions to understand it. Okay, let us go to the question part, but before I go to the question part, go through the formulas. That is, your nth term is AR raised to n minus 1 when it is in GP, where R stands for the common ratio, and sum of n terms is A into R raised to n minus 1 upon R minus 1 when ratio is greater than 1, and if it is less than 1, so it is A into 1 minus R raised to n upon 1 minus R. Okay, let us go to the questions. Now see the question which I have written. We will start with the simple question first to understand the concept. That is, A is here 2 by 3, term number 6 is 162 and R is don't know. It's an GP, that is for an GP, because this is very important, otherwise what you are going to know without the sequence, that is progression. So here first term is told, term number 6 is told. So term number 6, so formula I do have, that is Tn is equal to AR raised to n minus 1 for GP. Agreed? So when I replace this n by 6th term, so T6 will be your AR raised to 6 minus 1, that is 5. Agreed? The term number 6 is 162 and A is your 2 by 3. Agreed? And obviously this is R raised to 5. Now coming to a simple algebra that you do every time, this 3 is in division form, will come here, become multiplication, this will become division. So I get here 162 into 3 by 2 is your R raised to 5, and this I think so is your 81, right? So obviously your R raised to 5 will be so called as 81 is 3 3s are 9, 3s are 27, 3s are 81 into 3, right? So obviously your common ratio, this is also R multiplied 5 times, so this is R raised to 5, this is 3 raised to 5. So on comparing, you get your R is equal to 3. Now if you say, now it is R raised to 5, okay, If it was r raised to 4 and there were 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, then what would have been the value of r? Think. Coming to another easy question. You are seeing here that this is the sequence which is already told to you as a GP. So which I will write as, there is some connection if you see, 5, 25, 125, 625. 25 is 5 into 5, 125 is 5 into 5 into 5. This is, so this I can write as 5 raised to 1, 5 raised to 2, 5 raised to 3, 5 raised to 4, and so on. While writing you can directly come to know which is term number 5 raised to 10 also. But not to do in that way, you need to calculate. By calculation you can do calculates. Because it is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Directly you will come to know which term it is. Okay. So what is the first thing? It is already GP told and it is also seen that it is GP. So first find the common ratio. A you know already it is 5. The common ratio is any term is to previous term. That is 5 square by 5. That is nothing but 5. Now this common ratio is 5 which is greater than 1. And your eighth already you know, that is also 5. Right? So I will say here, let the nth term be your 5 raised to 10. Right? Now the formula for nth term you know very well for an GP. Nth term is nothing but AR raised to n minus 1. So this will become your AR raised to n minus 1 is your 5 raised to 10. Now your A already is how much? So called as 5. Right now? A is 5 into R also is 5 raised to n minus 1 is your 5 raised to 10. Agreed? Now you can see here this power is also 1. The base is same. The index will be adding 5 into 1 plus n minus 1 is your 5 raised to 10. So you get 5 raised to n is equal to 5 raised to 10. Agreed? So on comparing, you can see here the n is equal to 10. So therefore 10th term is 5 raised to 10. Okay? Wasn't it very simple? Actually by just writing also will come to know. If it is asked in so called as, this will not be asked, like these questions are not asked. But then too, if such simple questions are being asked, then there is no need to solve. You can directly write it by estimation if it is so called as objective or so called as choose the correct answer type. Okay. Now let us go to another question which will require the basic fundamental part. Now this is given to you. Tn is equal to 5 raised to n minus 2 upon 7 raised to n minus 3. Agreed? It is asking you, okay, if you write this sequence, will it be GP? That you can check also, write T1, then T2 and T3, but that is not the way to show it. When it is asked to prove it, so that is not the way generally we do it. You have to do it in the format which has been told to you. Now I know it's a GP. When it is GP, if ratio of any term to its previous term is constant, okay, that is, this is your any term, that is, this is your Tn is to previous term, so Tn minus 1 must be constant if it's GP, right? So I have Tn now, so I will find first Tn minus 1. Means wherever n is there, I will replace by n minus 1. So I get here 5. This n replaces by n minus 1 minus 2 is to 7. This n replaces by n minus 1, right, minus 3. That is, when I open the bracket, I get 5, n minus 1 minus 2, and this is 7, n minus 1 minus 3, which is 5 raised to n minus 3 and 7 raised to n minus 4. Agreed? Now let me take ratio of this, that is Tn is to Tn minus 1. So Tn is your 5 raised to n minus 2 is to 7 raised to n minus 3. Is to means divided by this Tn minus 1, 5 raised to n minus 3 upon 7 raised to n minus 4. Agreed? So now when you solve this, what you get? You get here Tn is to Tn minus 1 is equal to 5 raised to n minus 2 is to 7 raised to n minus 3. This division becomes multiplication, reciprocal. 7 raised to n minus 4 is to 5 raised to n minus 3. Agreed? Now, see what I am doing here. For simplification, I know what I am going to do is, this I am going to take together 5 raised to n minus 2 upon 5 raised to n minus 3. Multiplication is there, no? So it does not matter. And this is 7 raised to n minus 4 upon 7 raised to n minus 3. Okay? Now let us recollect your indices rule. You can? Yes, we can. What are those rules? It says a raised to m into a raised to n is a raised to m plus n. Agreed, na? That you know, na? Yes. What about a raised to m upon a raised to n? That is a raised to m minus n. So here the base is same, na? So this will be 5 raised to n minus 2 minus this n minus 3 into same here 7 raised to n minus 4 minus again, please. This is your into 7 raised to n minus 4 minus n minus 3, that is 5 raised to n minus 2 minus n, that is n minus 2 minus n plus this is your 3. Agreed? And into comes 7 raised to n minus 4 minus n plus 3. So the variable factor which was there has gone already. N was the variable factor which has gone. So whatever you remain here is now constant value. That is 3 minus 2, that is 5. And this is minus 4 plus 3, that is 7 raised to minus 1. Sorry, into it is, na? Yes, it is into. Into 7 raised to minus 1. So what I get this as 5 by 7, which is a constant, means if you take ratio of any term to previous term, always you will get 5 by 7, right? So this is your common ratio. This is your common ratio. Okay? And if this is common ratio, then you can find the first term. The Tn is already given to you. So therefore first term will be your 5 raised to 1 minus 2 and 7 raised to 1 minus 3. Calculate and get your term number 1. Okay? Now, after getting this, I would like you to do at least 1 or 2 questions. That is, I call them this. Okay, I am not talking about any battleground or something like that. I am saying push your brain to greatness. Let us push your brain to greatness. That is, the question you will try by your own. So it's that ABCD are in GP, means already ABCD are in GP. then you have to prove that b minus c the whole square plus c minus a to the whole square plus d minus d the whole square is actually a minus d the whole square. So get ready to push your brain to greatness. I hope you enjoyed this session. Be with Samir sir from SMG Group Tuitions to get at least one thing extra known every day. So till lockdown is there, stay at home, stay safe, and try to explore new things. Okay? By that time, thank you and goodbye.